Hello gang, welcome back to another guide series in the long dark. I'm Lonelywolf, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen my choosing a weapon guide. For those of you who haven't, I'll have a card in the upper right hand corner so you can go ahead and watch it. So some of you may be asking, Lonely, what about the revolver? Well, the revolver is an interesting weapon that brings a new twist to the balance of weapons in the long dark. So how does it stack up? Well, the revolver is a lightweight weapon that uses revolver rounds as its ammunition compared to the rifle's rifle rounds, the flare gun's flare rounds, or the bow's arrows. It works similar to the rifle as far as skill goes. You can utilize research books to boost it or just increase it by actually shooting animals. The revolver is unique in that it can be hip fire from the waist without aiming, unlike the other weapons, the rifle or the bow. This makes it useful for self-defense against wolves, as the revolver will always fire center of screen from this angle. Just keep in mind, there's no reticle or sights to aim like this, so it's a little bit hard to get the hang of it when dealing with wolves. However, this shot will scare the wolf off even if you didn't hit it, so it's not a total loss. When you aim down sights with the revolver, you become immobile. You can't strafe or walk while aiming. Now, it does claim this is for game balance, and in my opinion, honestly, moving while aiming is overrated anyway, as it's super slow and it throws your aim off with any of the other weapons. So for me, it's not that big of a con. The revolver also reloads very slowly, only one round at a time, compared to the rifle where, well, you can stack 5 shots at a time in, if you have a full stack of ammunition in your inventory. So make sure you time your shots and make them count, because you'll be reloading after a bit after you fired all 6 rounds. You can also only fire some of the rounds and then reload as well. It is not required to fire all 6 before reloading. So, how does the revolver stack up damage-wise compared to the other weapons? Largely speaking, the revolver is kind of a pea shooter to begin with at level 1. If you're lucky and hit a critical spot like the head, you'll probably get an instant kill, but it is certainly not guaranteed. At this stage, the revolver is relatively weak, and while it will result in a kill via bleed out, it isn't strong enough to reliably be counted on for an instant kill. However, its high rate of fire makes up for this, meaning you can put round after round into a creature if you're not worried about ammo consumption. Considering most animals take a small stun from a shot, you can effectively stun lock some animals until they're dead. Except for bears. Bears will still find you, and they will kill you with a very particular set of skills. Skills they have acquired over a very long hibernation. However, once you get the revolver up to around level 3 and especially above, it can easily become your de facto weapon of choice. At this stage, it has a comparable and reliable damage output that can match pace with the bow, and retains the noise of the rifle, making it an effective deterrent if that's what you're seeking. It will be able to put down wolves very reliably, and while its best use is found at close range, with plenty of practice, you can begin to take hits at longer range animals. So how does it compare to the other weapons in the game? Well, let's start with the flare gun. Obviously, the flare gun is primarily a defensive and very close range weapon. It'll scare all wildlife that gets near you, making it the most effective deterrent, but it lacks any real punch and typically won't kill anything immediately. And of course, if it's beyond the stone's throw, you're probably looking at a miss. How about the bow? Well, the bow does take the reins as the lightweight renewable weapon. But that is being challenged here. While the revolver certainly doesn't replace the bow, it makes a compelling argument as to which one you should pick. And that will come down to your preference relating to damage output and noise. If you're specifically trying to stealthily hunt, the revolver is definitely not for you. However, if you're primarily using it as a self-defense weapon and possibly for some hunting, especially if you're not looking to gain multiple animals in a single hunting session, the revolver is probably the better option. However, when compared to the rifle rifle obviously takes the cake in damage output and reload speed if you have enough ammunition to fill it full. However, the rifle is, as always, very heavy. If you're looking to save some weight, the revolver might be your best bet, unless you prefer hunting silently or need the renewability of the bow. Ammunition for the revolver is obviously far more plentiful in general than that of the rifle, but it's still a good idea to conserve it as much as possible. Make every shot count and take care to not get caught out if you've already fired all your shots. So, overall, I think the revolver is a great addition. It kind of has its little niche, but it's capable of bleeding out of it. It's not hard stuck to it specifically. You can utilize it in other situations and it is still effective. I don't think it outright replaces any of the other weapons, but it does make a compelling argument against them. Let me know if you have any other considerations or stories involving the revolver in the comments below. As always, I've been Lonelywolf, and I hope you guys did enjoy. Stay safe and stay warm out there.